me a moment. I wasn't planning on uh, on going live tonight, but I decided to just go live for a couple of minutes. And something that sparked my interest is I was just on a stream with the one brother that calls himself, the Zealots of Israel, right? I was just on with them for maybe 40 minutes, right? I was on there with them for like 40 minutes. And it was a good conversation, right? A respectable conversation. But then you had this one dude in the comment section. His name, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it was something like along the lines of like Los Angeles Angels or something like that. So we'll just call him Angels for now, just to keep it simple. So this Angels dude, he shows up after I've been there for like 35 minutes. And, the dude's in the chat, saying, well, be careful of this guy, ETT, because he's an agent. But then when you ask him how he knows that exactly, I mean, he has no idea. I literally asked the guy in the chat, it's like, well, I mean, hey, look, if you want to say that, you're welcome to say that. But if you're going to make a claim like that, you should be capable of, providing at least one or two evidences to support that claim that you say. And it's very reasonable for me to ask you to, support your claim with evidence, but you're not capable of doing so. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. I say I'm gonna hop off in a couple minutes. So the guy's like, we'll see. The fact that he's saying that he has to hop off now, we'll see, that proves something, because I just, called the guy out as being like a shill or something. It's like, dude, I literally been on here for 40 minutes, and I wasn't even planning on hopping on any stream, because, I was actually, to tell you the truth, I was just playing with Rudy. I was just on, PS4 game with Rudy. And then I seen, because I was listening to a live stream on the side while I was, playing around. So, I seen the brother put a link in the chat and let people come on. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'll go on with him for a little bit. Zealots of Israel, because I've seen his videos, but I never got a chance to talk to him in a, discussion before, right? So I decided to hop on with him. We chatted for about 40 minutes, and the other individuals in there. But then this character comes along and is like, with this guy ETT, you guys got to be careful around this guy, because he's like an agent. It's like, what the hell do you mean by that exactly? It's like, first of all, let me point this out, excuse me. How is it that I'm supposedly like an agent or something? And, then the guy made this comment and said that, well, you don't teach, right? You don't teach. Think to myself, wait a second, what? I don't teach. Dude, I literally have, like 1,300, videos on my channel. And a lot of those, a couple hundred of them, are teaching videos about many different subjects, of the scriptures, right? Now, of course, a couple hundred of those are debates. That's true. But hundreds of those are teaching videos, right? So the fact that you could sit there and make a claim that I don't do any teaching, I mean, you're just, you're talking out of your ass is what you're doing. Because either you haven't been paying attention or you're deliberately lying on somebody. Again, it's like, say for example, even if you disagree with, my teachings or whatever, you're fine to do that. But when you make a statement and say, oh, well, you don't teach at all, I mean, well, that's just, you're talking out of your ass to say that, man. That's just stupid. The funny thing is, if you go to this guy's channel, right, if you click on him and go to his page, he has no videos. Or if he does have videos, I guarantee you $10 that they're all like music videos or sports videos or gaming playlist that he watches. It's not actually, anything related to teaching. But yet he has the balls to sit on there and say that I don't teach. So I mean, all you can do at the end of the day is, ironically enough, right, I was accused of being the troll, but it turns out that he is actually the troll. Isn't that ironic? Like, I mean, talk about, getting exposed right there. I mean, shit, the dude came on to try to expose me as a troll, but his ass ended up getting exposed as a troll. I mean, that is just laughable right there. If I could say so for myself. So it's it's very ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. The individuals you have going on, around out here, man. That here it is. Dudes like myself who are, taking time out of our day, to put a lesson or two together to put online so people can watch for free and, get edified from it. Here it is. We have these, these scoffers and these trolls, sitting there talking shit about us. But then the truth is, it's like, well, what the hell are you guys, doing with your time? I mean, it's like, you guys are not doing anything to edify the, the believers that you claim, to be your brothers, right? Like, I'll give you another example, right? Like, even this guy, Perry Green, which I was on with Nick, right? His channel's called Signs and Wonders. But Nick invited me on his stream, and he got a big following. Nick has like 60,000 subscribers, right? He's a cool guy, I've spoke to him before. Of course, there's some things we disagree on, but, he's a cool dude, so I went on there with him, and without telling me, he invited damn devil demon Melvin, right? Which Melvin is like, he's a simp, right? Melvin is just a simp that doesn't really know much about the Bible. However, he told us both to show up without telling each other that we both were going to be there. So, me and Melvin behaved ourselves, and we did not even one time, took any jab at each other or made a joke about one another. We were both well behaved. Right? We were both on good behavior that night. And I got to give credit to Melvin on that. Hey, look, I'm a fair individual, right? I'm a very fair person. I got to give him credit, even though I would consider him to be an enemy, as far as, scripture goes, because he is of a different belief. However, that night he was well behaved, so I got to give him credit. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. So, I respect him that he was able to do that. I have to be fair. So here it is, right, with Perry. Me, Nick, and Melvin, I mean, we were exposing this guy like never before, man. The deep information we gave about this character. And the funny thing is the dude's on there, talking shit about everyone else, Perry. But yeah, when you go to his page, he hasn't even did a video or a live stream in like 5 weeks. Like, what happened, Perry? I mean, why'd you stop? Because apparently you just, sit on your ass all day, and your wife's the one who works to, provide for your household, right? You don't actually work, Perry, right? So it's like, so what the hell are you doing that you haven't, uploaded or anything, or, did a stream in like 5 weeks? What the hell is going on with that, man? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Which really what's going on, as I would perceive, is that, he's being found to be a liar because he said that, Perry Green, he started his teaching like 3 years ago. Right? Perry Green started his YouTube channel like 3 years ago, where he started to teach. Which, by the way, I've been around teaching for like 7 years, and this dude has only been there for 3 years. But yeah, apparently, he's like this great teacher that can never be questioned because he knows it all, right? He doesn't commit sin because Jesus died for him. Again, it's amazing to me, how stupid the nonsense is that this guy believes. But, it's, one thing I'll say is pretty sad, though, is, this dude, out of his whole group that he hangs out with, right? So he has, 5, 6 dudes that, he usually hangs with. But the really sad thing is, though, is this guy, Tim, right, which he's a new father now. He just had his child a couple of weeks back. The guy is only 19 years old. And, this guy is totally, brainwashed and deceived by this guy, Perry. The guy's on there believes that he's perfect, right? As long as he believes that Christ died on the cross for him, that's all he has to do, and now he's good for the rest of his life. Again, it's absolutely ridiculous, but this is the mindset that Perry got these guys in, but it's sad, that he even got a young guy like that, that's, deluded in the mind and now deceived because of what Perry told him. So instead of actually telling him the right thing, which is what Christ said. Christ said, live by the commandments. That's what Christ told the young man in Matthew 19, starting at 16 on down. But these guys, on the other hand, they're like, well, just claim you believe and, well, you're good, right? Nothing you do will ever be bad for you to do because you believe. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, but this is how delusional, these characters are. So it's a damn shame. But the truth is, man, as the scriptures say, right, the Most High is the one who deceives, right? So God is the one who has those people in that trick bag. So, it's ultimately the Most High's, will and his plan at the end of the day, to have some of these guys believing, whatever it is that they are, currently believing. Which I didn't say I was going to make this long. I just went live for a couple of minutes just to, give some final, thoughts on a couple things. But I think I'm going to say shalom.